Bookkeeping. Should you do it yourself or should you outsource it to an expert? Let's break it down. In today's video, we're going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of doing your bookkeeping in-house. We're going to look at, at the timescales of when you might move from an in-house solution to an outsourced solution. And thirdly, we'll look at some of the tools that can help you with your bookkeeping. So firstly, what are the advantages and disadvantages of doing your bookkeeping in-house? Well, the key advantage really is cost saving. If you do it, then you don't have to pay somebody else to do it. So you're not going to pay a bookkeeper, you're not going to pay an accountant to do it, so you will save money. The second area is really, by doing your bookkeeping in-house, it's kind of forcing you to look at your business and where the money's coming into your business and when the money's going out of your business. And it's forcing you to look at those transactions and understand where they need to go. So you do get an insight into your business. But what are the disadvantages? The first disadvantage really is around accuracy. Do you know what you're doing? So if you don't know what you're doing, there's a real risk that things will be misposted, things like VAT will be miscalculated or incorrectly accounted for, which then can create problems down the line. And one of those problems will be around sort of financial insight. So bookkeeping really is the fundamental bedrock of all of the reporting in your business. And if it's wrong, all of the reports, so profit and loss, balance sheet, cash flow, all the things that are critical to your business will potentially be wrong and potentially have errors. And there's a real risk then that you can make the wrong decisions about what is going on in your business, and therefore that then just creates risk for your company. So the second area to look at is then, what is the right time to outsource? When should I outsource? Well, really, it often comes down to the size of your business and the volume of transactions that are coming through the business. Once the business gets busy, you're not going to have time potentially to do the bookkeeping yourself. And you might also want to sort of think about, look, if I'm doing the bookkeeping myself, there's what we call an opportunity cost at that time. So if you're doing that, you're not concentrating on your sales strategy, you're not concentrating on sales, perhaps that's more important to you than managing your books. So by delegating that to a third-party outsource provider, you're effectively then freeing up your time to concentrate on those decisions. And the other areas, we touched on it already, is around the accuracy. If you're giving it to somebody else, you're hopefully giving it to a competent professional, and therefore your reports will be accurate, and therefore you're effectively de-risking your business, because you can then rely on the numbers in your business, and perhaps if you're doing it yourself, you can't rely on those numbers. So third area, let's look at the sort of tools that are available to help you with your bookkeeping. So there's been an explosion over the last 10 years, things like QuickBooks, Xero, Free Agent. We've got some really good tools out there to help small businesses with their bookkeeping. And now with the advent of AI, we've got a lot of new systems and tools that can frankly save you time, that can look at accuracy of your bookkeeping and can help you with all of those things. But really, those systems are only as good as what is being put through those systems. And often you hear the sort of software companies sort of really sort of selling the benefits and almost sort of portraying this utopia where the system does it for you. In reality, that's not the case. You still need to know what you're doing with those systems to make sure the information that's going into them is accurate, and therefore the information that's coming out is also accurate. But there's definitely tools there now that will help you with bookkeeping and will potentially save time and improve accuracy. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please like and subscribe to our channel.